every third word. Bro.
Bruh.
F, bro. Did you see that one, bro? Bro. Yeah, bro. Whose turn is it, bro? Bro. It's like, it sounds like an SNL skit at this point.
Yeah.
We have got to, as a society, come up with a new word.
Woody Show.
Yeah, 404. Checking in on the text. Over to 22987. My holiday weekend, Jeers. I was stung in the nads by a jellyfish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
I get stung I would say once a year in Mexico.
By jellyfish?
Yeah.
Really?
In the nads?
Not in the nads, but it's not like a big serious thing.
Well, and they brush by you and it hurts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're like, ooh, it kind of catches you. One time I got bad, on the side of my knee, and I had a red mark there for over a year.
Did you pee on it?
No, that's a
that's
myth.
a myth.
You're not supposed to.
It's not real.
No, you know
All
who made
those
that up?
dudes that
Freaks
peed
who like to
on?
get peed on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw it on Friends.
It's not real.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. If somebody says that
could try
you
it,
need to
though.
pee on them because they got stung by a jellyfish, they just like golden showers. They just want to be peed on.
They're
That's
lying.
good to know.
I twisted my ankle. Pee on it.
Yeah, that's also there's no such thing as anything that people can put in their pool that the water will change if somebody pees in it.
Also a
But I
myth.
saw grown-ups.
Which would be cool.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool just
That'd be great.
just to see it.
Who's doing it?
What are you doing in my pool?
Again, I had
But not a real
people
thing.
over to my house in the pool, and they made a point of saying, I'm going to get out right now because I'm going to use the bathroom because I'm not going to pee in your pool. Why do you have to announce that as an adult?
And what kind of animal?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just do it. I think if everybody here in the room, Metis probably had he went the furthest for sure.
Yeah.
He tried
Whirlwind.
people either do
It was fun.
Staycation
Yep.
like Greg, or
The best.
somewhere in between. I went and traveled, saw family.
Yeah.
And then Metis went international.
Yeah. Went to Milan, Nice, Cannes, Monaco, London. But
Is that all?
yeah,
because he can't
Well,
he can't just go to a
ye-
place.
Right.
Well, again,
It's always
on
got
the
to
move.
be.
I explained this before I left that
Yeah.
they're all pretty close to each other. So you
Especially
can,
those French cities are like half hour apart.
yeah, they're half hour.
But
So,
these idiots.
but Lake Como, oh my God, I kind of went there on a whim. It's pretty badass.
What is it?
Lake Como.
Yeah.
So
And where? I mean, it's a lake.
It's a lake in
Yeah, I got
Italy.
that. Okay,
yeah,
Italy. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it's where
and then
George Clooney got married.
Where George, yeah, and they shot some Star Wars stuff there. But that's where they. It's funny because in that area, you go to Vegas, you go to Las Vegas Strip, and there's like the Bellagio, right? So Bellagio is at Lake Como. So you go to the real Bellagio and oh, this is nothing like the Vegas version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally different.
It's nothing like the fake
but
one.
but on Lake Como, you get to you go on those wooden boats, the modern
gondolas?
Yeah, no.
No, those
Like-
almost like cigarette boats.
Yeah, they're super nice, high end boats, and you go around and you see all these huge just mansions that are just on the lake, and it's beautiful. It's super nice. It's a glacier lake, so it's weird. It's super deep, clear. I can understand why people love just going there. It's really cool. I thought about Greg a lot. I'm like, Greg would love this.
I would love it. I would
Yeah.
love Lake Como.
Yes,
not
Como.
Cuomo.
Huh?
Cuomo, Governor.
I was gonna let
Governor
that slide.
Cuomo.
Yeah, Como.
Como.
Yeah,
Como.
Like comb over.
Yeah,
All right, got it.
yeah, it was
It
pretty
looks
cool. But
and
then
just beautiful.
And then Monaco is just insane because it's the richest country in the world. And so everywhere you look, it's just Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and all this stuff. But there they have the original Monte Carlo casino. And
Is it anything like the Monte Carlo casino?
No.
Does it have that perfume smell pumped
It's
in?
much.
Does it smell
much
like
nicer.
cigarettes too?
Yeah.
Dude, speaking about smells, yeah, even in their train station, it smelled like flowers. It was insane.
Oh, so it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Do people
Yeah.
still dress up to go to that casino?
Yeah. Your pants are required and stuff. You have to be fancy.
Okay.
Wow.
Pants are required.
All right, so check it out.
Yeah.
I'm very much anti-international travel, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
So a friend of ours, our friend David, just went on a Mediterranean Royal Caribbean cruise.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
Right. And so
Awesome cruise.
I was talking to him. In fact, he was just on the Allure, which is the ship that I'm going to be on later this year. We're going on a cruise over Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the boat, so I got the lowdown on the boat and the whole thing. And I'm sorry, the ship.
Yes. How
Yeah.
dare
It's
you?
a ship.
Sorry,
Which sells.
nautical
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But he was explaining to me. He goes, it's nice. He goes, because when you go to the other countries and not, Italy and all that kind of thing, it's great and you can see
Yeah.
things. But then you almost get to go back to America when you go back to the ship, because when you get on the ship, it's just like, you kind of go back to like what you're already known and, comfortable.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Comfortable with, right? So he said it's kind of like a nice buffer when you're talking about international travel. Like if you're going somewhere and you're on a cruise ship, like you go out and you're
base.
you go out like into the port city or whatever you're doing for your activity, and then but you're not like staying in town, like in a place that you don't know a language.
Well, you don't want to be immersed.
It's not difficult. Everybody speaks English.
I understand that.
It's
I understand
easy.
that. I understand. But it's just one of the many things I'm like, you know what? I'm not even interested in like being half inconvenienced.
The American ship is like Woody's
You can
binky.
see on Google.
Yeah.
But there's no inconvenience, and
So it
then
doesn't-
like
doesn't
just
sound that bad.
Paying for everything is super easy because they adopted tap on everything. You don't have to, leave tips on anything. It's just
Is
like
tipping okay?
in and out.
But
No, there was one place.
Or is it frowned upon there?
It's frowned upon. But there was one place where we're on the beach, and it's like kind of like a beach resort thing, and you are supposed to like tip them just a little bit, but because the difference in euros and American dollars kind of over tipped, and they were like confused on why you're tipping so much.
Is he a sultan?
Yeah, but I could understand, and when it comes to the con, because it's so beautiful there, I understand why every business in America just wastes money to hang out there for a week. It's insane. But I did go over to London, and I went to F1 to Silverstone, and that was awesome. Loved it.
Any jeers or everything was
well,
great?
my only jeers was on the way back, which is a 10-hour flight. No Wi-Fi, guys.
What?
I lived without
Dun, dun,
Wi-Fi
dun.
for
Yeah.
10 hours.
Wow.
Because that'll happen too when you fly to Mexico. Like once you leave, like you leave, you're not flying over America anymore.
Weak.
The Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I had 100% Wi-Fi the entire time flying there.
it
But on the
depends.
way back, it just wasn't working.
Wait,
right?
so you're saying on the second floor of a double-decker plane, they couldn't hook you up with some Wi-Fi?
Yeah, no Wi-Fi. But I did watch a lot of movies, and I watched Captain America, A Novocaine, Love Hurts, and those were all great movies. Check them out.
Cheers and jeers, Gina. How did the colonoscopy go?
Clean as a
Because
whistle.
mine's next Friday. A week from this
Yeah.
Friday is mine.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about the prep because
Yep.
like I hear the prep is not as bad. It still sucks, but it's not as bad
Okay,
as
I'm speaking as a Jew, so my fellow people I think will get this. The prep, everyone's like, oh God, you're going to need a seatbelt for your toilet. As somebody who lives with IBS, I was like, oh, it's just another day. This is just not a big deal.
But
It's fine.
So explain to me because I think we're doing the same.
Yeah,
or I
the
have to do the
little-
same thing. So
The
it's
Plenview, it's called.
Plenview.
Plenview is what they gave me. It's just this little plastic cup, and you put your little powders in it. You mix it with water. It's like 16 ounces, and you get it down any way you can. I got my kid's apple juice box and would take a sip of that, hold it in my mouth, guzzle as much Plenview as I could, and then top it off with another sip. So it was doable.
Can't you just chug the stuff and
You're
just
not
get it over
supposed
with
to.
and then?
They say do not do that. Your
Really?
stomach will explode. You're supposed to drink it over like a half hour.
Isn't that kind of what you want? You kind of want to blow it all
Just
out.
get it
Kinda,
out of
but
the
they said
way.
drink it over a half hour if you can, and then just strap in. And then went to the colonoscopy. This is where you and I might part ways. The second I walked in and they started trying to put a little IV in me, I immediately started crying. Cried until I fell asleep.
Why?
'Cause I don't like being there. I don't want to be there.
It's so relaxing.
Not when they're,
They treat you
messing with
so
you.
well.
But when I get on the table and they're like, okay, just turn over on your left and we're going to get the little medicine in you. And I was like, I don't think it's going to work. They're like, uh-huh. And Greg, tell me if this happened to you. The
Yeah,
last
sure.
thing I said was, my face is prickly. Did your face start to feel all like it was like electrocuted?
Not at all.
Oh, they're like, uh-huh. And I was out and I woke up and I was like, please tell me we started. I was back in the
What are they-
recovery
Oh,
room.
it's a half an hour later, 45 minutes later.
What did they find up there? Anything?
They found a polyp, but they were not worried. They said, see you in 7 years.
Any
'Cause
missing items?
Yeah, you're right.
my keys. I've been looking for my own cell phone
Table
charger
leg.
forever.
Yeah, from some
And-
experimental evening sometime.
But I got to tell you, I heart propofol.
Right?
been saying.
Oh, I get it now. I felt amazing. I had to make a video.
Why Michael
because-
Jackson loved
Yeah,
it so
I was
much.
so pro
Yeah.
propofol. I get Michael Jackson's whole thing. I actually.
It's heaven in a syringe. It's
Yeah.
the best thing ever.
And I thought that was the perfect time to tell people to get their screenings. I posted something online, but I realized I didn't sound as with it as I thought I was.
Oh, is that what this clip is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everyone had a fancy vacation. For Woody's week off, I got my colonoscopy. I'm in a recovery room right now. They found one polyp, but the propofol was 10 out of 10. Go get your colonoscopy screening.
So like in your head,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
picturing like, in,
So good.
Jealous.
so like in your head, it sounded more like, oh my God, guys,
Yeah.
the propofol was
Hey,
amazing.
guys, here's
I
the
found
deal.
one polyp and blah, blah. You had this
Yes.
kind of like energy. And,
Yeah, I thought I was just explaining it. And so the
Yeah.
whole way home, Andy said I was going, I heart propofol. Our little jingle. I was in a great mood, and I'm so glad it's over,
Now,
and
do
you're going
they-
to be fine.
Do they rush
Yeah.
you out of there, keep waking you? Your ride's here, your ride's here, your ride.
No, in fact,
Let me
I
be.
kept wanting to leave, and they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, sister,
Yeah.
hold
So,
on."
a
They
couple
don't want
friends
you
of mine
standing up.
went to the same doctor that I'm going to,
Yeah.
and they said it was great because it was nice and quick. He's very efficient. He's very good.
Yeah.
Good, but it's funny. You show up and you just hear rock and roll music blasting. Like he's
Oh.
blasting rock and roll music.
Yes.
Looking up people's butts all day.
What was the music? There was music on. I think it was Foreigner.
I'm like, good. I was like, I want him. I want him to be cool and relaxed.
Yeah,
and-
they definitely play
and
music
do
in
his thing.
there.
Now, my buddy was back in recovery. They called his wife back, and they said, "All right, well, he's just waking up. We're just waking him
Yeah.
up now. So, like, he'll however long you gotta wait before he can leave."
Right.
And as soon as he saw her, he like, "Oh, cool, we're leaving." So he took the blanket off and stood up. He's got nothing on. So there's like all these nurses and their patients around. His dong's out. She's like, "Kevin,
Yeah.
lay back down." And they're like, "No, sir, you can't leave yet."
Yeah, that's what you think you could do. Just hop, skip
Yeah.
right up.
It's so
So-
oddly
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Because I always hear people,
I want
they-
to go now.
I
It
always
is
see
pretty
people
awesome.
say they got like 2 polyps and they removed them.
Yeah.
Like, are you in any kind of discomfort after they do that? Like, do
No.
you know?
You would
that
have
anything-
no clue.
You don't?
And he said it didn't look like anything, but if they find one, you have to come back in 7 years instead of 10 years. So
7 years.
it's
okay,
all good.
fine. I'll see you in
All right.
7
it's
years.
no big deal.
Why not even live that long?
Yeah, and the
It's a
rest,
lifetime.
the
Yeah,
week was
it is.
awesome. I got to do a fun TV hit. Went to a couple of 4th of July parties. Visited Woody's neighborhood when you weren't
Oh,
even
yeah, you're
there.
house hunting.
Looking around that neighborhood.
Yeah,
but and
trying to find a house.
so I really had a lovely week. Not much of a Jeers. This is not much of a Jeers, but we have a best part of our couch. It's it's a sectional, and everyone wants to lay on the one that goes like forward, because
Sure.
that's the best part. That thing has caved in so bad from 2 adult asses fighting over the best part of the couch. We can't live like this, right? You can't live with like a big dip in your couch, right, Greg?
I couldn't even look at it.
Okay.
Greg doesn't sit on his couch.
Right.
Gina.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
So-
Remember, they
never
will
have a-
sit on the floor.
Couch
Yeah.
is for
because
looking at.
they have. And people think we're making this up. This is not a made up
It's
thing. This is real life.
Yeah.
Greg and Mario, they keep their couch quote made, like you would make your bed. So in other words, it's always perfectly staged. The pillows are put just right, and they have things in just the right.
Sinks that we don't use because we would get
Right.
them wet.
Yeah,
Right,
so
'cause they're-
and
because
so
of sinks.
when they walk into a room, they'll walk around the perimeter of the room to not disturb the vacuum lines of the
Good
carpet,
God.
and then but they will sit on the carpet as opposed to sitting on the
It's
couch.
called aesthetics over comfort.
You
Yeah.
sit
Yeah.
on the carpet because you don't want to sit
If
on the
I'm
couch.
having somebody over within, let's say, 3 to 4 hours, yes, couch is off limits.
Sweet
Rugs
tap
off
dancing.
limits.
Oh, so I thought that was like
Yeah.
most of the time, like you would do that.
You can't have it.
Like even in a
we,
regular.
no,
like,
we have a
people
no
aren't
touch
coming over.
couch. Nobody.
So if Andy and I sit
And
together,
then we have the normal everyday
Yeah.
if we
couch.
sit together,
behavior.
we start to cave in on each other.
How
That's
dare
not
you.
allowed, right?
Yeah.
When
We
they
need a new
cave in,
couch.
no.
Yeah.
You have to get a new one.
I mean, if you
Today.
watched Cribs, every single crib had like the room that no one actually sat in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you don't have to do it. Greg would just get rid of the entire couch.
Greg would burn the house down.
You can just get new cushions.
You can?
You could.
Because I don't want to get a new couch until we get a new house. I don't want to
Yeah.
get stuff that fits this tiny little
No, you
tiny
can get new
home.
cushions. They just take the covers off the current
Right.
ones and they
redo
yeah.
them.
Or could I just like stuff it with stuff?
Don't do that. That'll oh
Don't
my
do it
God,
yourself.
Gina.
Just go to an
Terrible.
upholsterer.
I mean, Sammy would figure it out.
It reminds me when I was a
She's
kid.
crafty.
I watched something and I got inspired. I'm like, I'm gonna make my own pillow.
Exactly.
And so like I grabbed my mom's sewing crap.
And it's a lumpy mess.
Yeah, I stuffed it with cotton balls.
yeah.
Like an idiot.
Sounds great.
And I'm like, ooh, this sucks. Yeah, like no kidding, dummy.
Yeah, you have to get polyfill. Everyone knows.
I will
Oh,
get polyfill.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad the colonoscopy went
Thank
well.
you. You're up next.
Dude, next week for me, jury duty
Oh, right.
and colonoscopy.
Jeez.
All the
What
good
a-
stuff.
what a
Is
week.
it called Hell Week?
Can we get a DMV trip in there?
Yeah, like what else do I need? All right, more Woody shows next. Hang on. Cheers and jeers. We'll find out what happened with Seabass. I don't even know what. He's such a mystery. You never know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Did you travel anywhere?
I did.
Oh, okay. Bro.
Sweet.
More was it like some kind of international travel?
Or
Or
was it
just-
Lake Cuomo?
Was it international, domestic?
Was it
Technically.
Monaco?
Monocanese?
Yeah. 877-44 Woody. You can send us a text over to 22987. I did see something pretty funny. I mean, at one point I waited tables. I hated that job. And you know, I get it. You're hustling and you're making your money through tips. I think any job where the majority of your pay is through tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're going to do whatever you can to hustle more to get a better tip.
There's no guarantee.
Some people just straight up blind though. This all started. This woman, she posted this video of what she does to get better tips, and she made up a whole backstory. And she tells customers that she's a single mom, but the way she does it, so she says that she has a 6-year-old that she had when she was 19. The dad didn't want to stay, and people, what? Now how do you get it? Because you know how some of the servers will have like a button that's got
Yeah.
like a picture
Oh,
on it
yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. So she's got a
Flare.
picture of this 6-year-old girl that she wears around, and then when people go, "Oh, is that your?" Yeah, she's 6. I had her when I was 9. She makes up this whole story.
Yeah.
The girl in the picture is her.
What?
So she's not even a mom.
Yeah.
Like not a mom at all. She just uses it and she goes, "Hey, it works. I don't feel bad about it." And she
Yeah.
gets better tips because of it.
That's
I
funny.
feel bad about
Yeah.
that.
So it
That's a
started
good
this whole.
hustle.
That was kind of funny. It started this whole
Yeah.
conversation online, and these other people who are servers, they're sharing their stories about what they do to get better tips.
Oh, I only work here to pay off a loan.
Yeah. One woman said, "I drew myself a best mom ever card on Mother's Day with a crayon in my left hand, backwards R and
Yeah.
everything." And then she taped it to the outside of her server book so it was visible when she was
Smart.
taking
Yeah.
orders.
Oh,
it's
cute
like-
card. Who's that from?
That's how my dog signs
Yeah.
cards.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the
All
dog.
sloppy and backwards.
The dog gives cards on Mario's.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Greg's
Stop
birthdays.
that right now.
She cares.
Oh yeah.
She's very thoughtful.
This
She
one
is.
says, I drop a check with a college branded pen. So they ask if I was going there, and I give them a sob story about student loans, and it works
Yep.
every time.
Yep.
Some other lies that the servers and stuff. The one said, I told this one table I had to pick up my kid from school so they would leave.
That I
Oh.
support
I-
100%.
I don't even have a
Yeah.
Get out of
Good.
here.
Good.
Oh,
You're
Saying
hanging
you're
out
welcome.
so long.
I don't think I ever talked to a server at that great length to find out the backstory of their child.
Really? Oh, I'll be like, pull up a chair, girl.
Well, some people,
They just volunteer it.
yeah, I just remember like some people always had questions. You know, so hey, so how old are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I was in high
Yeah.
school at the time. You know, like, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 17.
Yeah.
Oh, where do you go to school? And I'm like, telling them, and, like,
So
it's like-
bad.
but you're just trying to be nice because you
Yeah.
don't be like, oh, dude, just tell me what you want.
Yeah.
They,
And good
Medium well.
that's our conversation for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess if it works in your event, you get a better tip out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not hurting
I would
anybody.
do that.
One other person said, I used to say I was new there. I was new for like a year.
Oh.
I would do that
I
only
don't-
not to get blamed for stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think that would make me tip more.
Well, I think
No,
it's just
but-
under the headline of lying to customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't tip any less, which maybe you would if they were that bad.
All right, so holiday weekend, or in our case, vacation week, cheers and jeers. You said it technically is international. It's either international or not, Seabass. Where'd you go?
Well, no, I just drove through Canada from Buffalo to
Oh.
Detroit.
So technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Technically, it wasn't much of a drive, though.
Yeah, so where were you in either city for?
I was kind of doing cart narcs, running around,
Oh, okay.
getting this and that.
All right.
The thing is, certain agents of the cart narcs operate in certain geographic regions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be in those regions to record there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know if like you just. I know you go to different places for cart narking. I didn't know how you made the decision to go to any particular place. Like, is it just to go to different places, or do you go there for other things?
Both.
And then while you're there, just happen to do
do
some
some.
cart
Yeah.
narking.
Definitely
pick it
both of
up.
those things. Yeah, it's whatever's happening. In this case, I was just like, you know what? I hadn't been around Plus, I don't like to be in that part of the country when it's cold, so this is the perfect time of year to be there.
Yeah.
So that, I was just
Understandable.
running through. It's funny because when whenever I go through customs, there's always a lie I have to tell. Like, 'cause I don't want to be like, oh, I'm here for official business, and they'll say, oh, where's your
don't do that. Don't
permits?
ever do that.
So I'm like, okay, well, my mom's family lives in Rochester, Buffalo, and I can just you can always say I've got a friend who lives in fill in the blank city,
Right.
and so but with customs they're always like they're not grilling you, but they're grilling you. And so, oh, really? What you doing here? Oh, why'd you drive all the way from there?
Why do you have a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, that's the thing that I would worry about the
What's
most.
up with the stickers?
As you recall, coming back in through the Vancouver crossing is when I got detained by the Royal Mounted Border Guard because because I had it just laying loose in the back seat, and they saw it and they said, oh, that's possibly illegal.
Yeah, I would understand why they'd have questions about a guy rolling around with a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when I travel international, I no longer bring the Kevlar international.
Smart.
Because certain
You don't need it anyways.
Only a couple guns pulled on me.
In other countries, because it's only America that's got a gun issue.
No. Oh, well, some parts.
Well, if I'm driving back into Detroit, it might be good to have
Being
it.
sarcastic.
Yeah, just say
As
I
if
live
guns
here.
don't exist in other
Right.
places.
Well, I'm
No, they
saying
don't.
he's
Yeah.
not going to
No,
Brazil.
just here.
Right.
But like certain countries
Brazil,
like
yeah.
Australia, like everything's illegal there regarding guns.
And how's their pie?
Yeah.
So I don't even. I have like a. It's funny when I go like really international across the ocean. I'll have like a little smock.
A
Okay.
It's the
smock.
fruitiest little thing because it's
Yeah.
Smock.
Because anyway, so that just semi-international. So the Cheers, of course, goes to not a sponsor, but could be JetBlue Airlines.
Oh, okay.
JetBlue, huh?
And JetBlue,
Wow.
JetBlue Mint.
Oh,
yeah.
JetBlue Mint's
Dude,
nice.
So good.
That's pretty balling.
Yeah, Mint's nice, especially if you
Yeah.
get the right row. The correct row, I forget, was it row 2 and 4 or 1 and 4? Whatever.
Some seats are 2x2, some are 1x1. They're all lay flat with massaging
Oh,
chairs.
damn.
Yeah.
And you want the row that's the single row because that way there's no one next to you.
There's like a little door that closes. It's
Did
kind of
you
nice.
say massaging chairs?
Yeah.
I sure
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's basically like having like one of those sharper image massage chairs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your feet lay down all the way.
but
Pretty
on
nice.
but on a plane. you
Oh,
know?
how was the
That's
meals?
nice.
Actually, I was a red eye, so I skipped the meal.
Oh.
But it's so nice. People like when customer service exists. You just have to be
It does.
fancy. Everyone else is all the losers are shuffling by to go to the back, and meanwhile they're coming to you. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Mint experience.
Oh.
We
Wow.
offer you a dr-
Experience.
The
It's
word
been-
experience
it's
really
been
makes it nice.
years, but I flew JetBlue Mint one time because somebody said, "Oh, you gotta try it. It's really cool." And I'd never been on a plane that had like the seat
The
that
option.
laid flat.
I've
Yeah.
never even seen them.
Same.
So I'm like, let's do that. I just wanted to experience, kind of like how I'm going to go to Dubai with Menace just for the flight.
Not
Yeah,
get
the
out of the
suite.
plane.
I'm not leaving the airport once we get there. I'm turning around, coming right back.
By the way,
Yeah.
that's going to be tough. Just side note, because they don't have an airport. I don't have a hotel in the airport, and you do the way you're talking about. You do have an overnight stay, so you have to.
He'll
figure-
just roam around the terminal.
That's I don't know if they'll let you. Maybe.
I'll just hang out in their lounge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom, yeah.
Yeah, they have a really nice. Emirates has a really nice lounge.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
they
Not
do.
dumping for 8 hours. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When'd you get in?
Stomach hurts.
About a couple hours
Yeah.
ago.
Got
When
it.
you leaving? A couple hours from
Yeah.
now.
hours,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's showers.
Yeah. What
Don't
about
worry about
Jeers?
Jeers. Okay, and hold your rebuttal here. Jeers for poutine. It sucks. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because
I kind of agree.
Because cheese curds suck. They're the lowest form of cheese, especially if you get them where they're not fried, where they're just fresh cheese curds. Because a fresh cheese curd is not aged cheese. It's just the off the top.
Yeah.
And it's all squeaky on your teeth because it's all
Yeah.
shiny.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like much because it's not aged at all. And it ruins the texture of the fries.
You know,
'cause-
I agree.
Cheese curds alone do suck.
okay, so the idea with poutine, French
I like
fries,
gravy.
French fries, cheese curds, gravy, maybe some other whatever fancy stuff.
Look.
The gravy drowns the fries instantly.
That's what I was gonna say. I think anything other than you can have cheese on the side that you dip the the fry into,
Right.
or gravy that you dip the fry into. But anytime they cover
Yep.
your fries with anything,
I don't know. I
You
kinda
ruin
like
the fries.
Soggy stuff.
Yeah, it's like casserole-esque.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the problem
Yeah.
with the brown gravy is it's just brown. It's brown water. I mean, it's a little salty or whatever. So again, a shredded cheese or a nacho cheese would be much preferred on like a loaded style fry. Poutine is not the way to go.
Is
I'm
it
sorry.
possible you just had a bad poutine?
I've had it numerous times. I had it
Okay.
again.
I agree.
Okay.
And
I don't hate it. I'm with you though.
And I would say a cheese curd at a fairs.
well,
Those are fried.
Deep
Yeah,
fried.
those are way
So
better.
good.
because
Yeah.
that hots them up and goos them
Yeah.
up, and you get the flavor of the crust.
But
on
yeah,
it.
the squeaky cheese curd is not the way to go.
and
if
them,
you're ever-
and them's is fried.
Yeah, if you're ever in
Love the
Wisconsin
squeak.
and they give you, here's
Yeah.
some fresh cheese curds, just plain. They suck.
They do.
And they're all bland.
Apologies to the poutine community.
Yes, I knew there's going to be blowback, but sorry, that's
Yeah.
just fact.
Mine's real quick. Jeers,
Yeah.
family, friends, going home. That was always great. That's always awesome.
So that's your cheers.
Yeah, you said
Cheers.
Jeers.
Yeah.
Cheers and Jeers.
Paging Dr. Freud.
Jeers, Homeowners Association. My house is 25 years old. Time for a new roof.
Okay.
Right? I'm literally just replacing the roof I already have. It's going to look exactly the same.
Right.
Yeah.
But the hassle that you go through just to get that quote approved is ridiculous.
Even though it's the identical
It's the same
roof.
damn thing.
So what?
What's the problem?
Oh, you get all the neighbors around. You just sign the sheet that said that they're okay with you getting a new roof.
I
then
don't
that
get
will
it.
look no different.
It's not going to look any different, but I got to say who's doing the work. I have to give them the, like, this is the material they're going to use. And this is the color. It looks the same. I even put, like, it's going to be the same roof. It's just new.
This is the kind of stuff that
Oh, yeah.
HOA can just
Yeah, yeah.
piss
But
off.
how,
Yeah.
as an
Yeah.
HOA, what could they possibly do to a roof? Like, what do you expect them to do? It's not like,
Like
they
put
can
up a
paint.
green roof.
They're not responsible. Like, I'm paying for the whole thing.
Right.
They have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah. And they made it very clear that if any work begins on the roof or anything like that before I get official approval from the architectural committee or whatever it is, that they will make me remove any of the work that has already been done at my own expense.
God.
Wait for it to be approved and then have it redone at my own expense.
That happened to my aunt.
It's like, dude.
They made her
Meanwhile, they don't care
repaint her
that
house.
your neighbor has 87 people living in their garage.
Right,
It's like
exactly.
they don't care about that.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Now,
Do you
I'm
think
not completely anti HOA because, like, sometimes they do some things where you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
and
it's
But this
for
would push me over the edge.
but this is ridiculous. It's the same damn roof.
Yeah.
And you have to get all the neighbors' approval. Oh, sir, may I please have a new roof?
Yeah, may I please spend $30,000 on a new roof?
Thank
And you have
Your
to go
Highness.
around with the form to have
Yeah.
them sign it.
Do you
Yeah.
like knock on the door? And
Yeah, the neighbor to the
Hi.
front, to the left, to the right, and behind.
Just
my
forge
God.
it.
That's insane.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
said yes. It was fine.
They're all good with
Greg Gorey, Cheers and Jeers.
It's just, I mean, very few Jeers. Cheers, number one, to my new grill. Oh my God! Talk about
What'd you
being,
get? Like Big Green Egg or
What do you
No,
got?
it's a
Traeger?
it's
Blackstone
The
or whatever it's
built-in.
called?
The brand is called Brandman, which is such a
Brand
terrible
Man.
name, but
Very
it's a great
generic.
grill. It's one of those built-in grills, and
Doesn't have name recognition.
yeah,
I mean,
it really
is
does.
that like the Gucci of grills?
Like
It
no
doesn't.
brand, man.
Yeah, no brand exactly, but it's awesome. I broke it in during the week.
What'd you
and
make?
It works perfectly. Oh, super simple hot dogs, hamburgers.
Great, love
stuff
it.
like that.
Can't go wrong.
That was great. Cheers as well to a show that I just started in the past week, Shrinking, which we've mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
Finally started it.
Yeah.
Good God, I love it. It's so good.
Jason Segel?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford?
He's
Yep.
really good. And Harrison Ford is
Yeah.
hilarious. Really great show. My only jeers is I spent about, 3 full days at the beach. And because everybody I know, including Mario, had to work, I went alone. So I was paying extra. I know, it would have been your dream.
Sounds
Woody.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was really great. Loved every second of it. It was just me and my dog, and spent a lot of the time at the beach. And because I was alone, I guess maybe I was just hearing people more, or maybe more aware of what was going on around me. And I have to say, I never want to hear the word bro again. It has gone. It has gone into. There's this group of girls who I would say I'm estimating 14. So not even college age. We're talking 14-year-old girls calling each other bro. Bro, I need you to hand me the sunscreen.
That's
I
no
know,
good.
bro. Bro, are you going to go back? First of all, you're a girl. It doesn't even make sense.
My daughter is about to turn 13. Same thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Bro, she's broing you.
It's like
Not broing me.
It
She
grates
bros everybody.
on my nerve. So
I'm
then
still daddy.
I get back from
Daddy. Because she's trying to
see, that's sweet.
Suck up.
suck up. Yeah.
Then I get back from there. I'm at home. I'm chilling out using my new grill. My neighbor has a college-age son. He's probably 22, 23. He has some friends over. They're playing beer pong. Every third word. Bro.
Bruh.
F, bro. Did you see that one, bro? Bro. Yeah, bro. Whose turn is it, bro? Bro. It's like, it sounds like an SNL skit at this point.
Yeah.
We have got to, as a society, come up with a new word.
Well, thank you for joining the club, Greg. But also, should that's their parents'
I've always
fault,
been
right?
part of the club. It's just I don't vocalize it. It's so annoying. And speaking of that show, Shrinking, when the daughter calls the dad dude, if I was a father and my child called me dude, that would be the first and last time
Really?
that ever happened.
yeah.
I
You
don't
call
care
your
about that. I've been
dad
called bro. I've been called
dude? No
Yeah.
way.
Shall address me as
I would-
father?
I would kick you out of the house.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh,
That was
Dude.
Now, it does on the tone. Like if I say, hey, go take the garbage cans out. Dude. That's different.
Excuse me.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
That's
grounds for
different. Or if
Context.
Take that door off.
If it's any, but that's because that's part of like a back talk,
Right,
Tone.
right.
kind of thing.
What's
but
the
if
age
it's
limit on taking a baby to the firehouse?
I think if it's like
to
if
18?
it fits, it ships.
I
I think if you can fit the kid in the box,
If I had a kid,
they should take it.
especially a daughter, and she
Yeah.
called me dude,
Yeah, they should take it.
straight to the
But
firehouse.
I feel like, so how was the party? Oh, dude, it was great.
Sammy, cheers and jeers.
So my cheers is that I lit fireworks for the first time.
Nice.
I've never done
Welcome.
it before. It was
Never?
fun. I had a little
fun.
torch thing.
Hold on, what was it?
Yeah, they were just like the ones from the
Sparklers?
fireworks stands. Well,
No.
I had sparklers,
Was
but
it a bottle rocket? Was it a what was it?
they were like the cake ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like a big
one.
cube that's
Yeah.
got multiple shots in
Yeah,
there.
different
and
things.
then-
Some of them spin and
Nice.
whatever else.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a legit one.
Yeah, and it was really fun. And I'm always nervous about that kind of thing, so I never wanted to, but I did, and I had so much fun. We had
New
so
hobby.
many fireworks. Now my jeers is that we accidentally lit the trash can on fire.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
we were when we were done with the fireworks, because there were so many, we would put the ones that we used into the trash
Oh
can.
Smart.
no! I
Well,
thought it
hold
just like
on.
shot into the trash
Oh
can.
my God.
So
Retard.
when we were putting them in, I was pouring water all over all of them
Good,
as we
right?
did it. And like anytime I saw like an ember or anything like that, whatever, pouring water all over them. We think it's fine. It seems fine at this point. And we were going down the street to see some other people. Somebody put the lid on the trash. It was like overflowing with fireworks. The whole thing was
But Greg, I was
full
done
of
with the
fireworks.
cigarettes. I just put it in the trash.
I threw it away.
Yeah.
So we walked down the street. We're talking to some other people, and they're setting up fireworks. We're there for a little bit, and we walk back, and we see kind of a bunch of people around the trash can, and they were like, your trash can was on fire. They showed us a video of the entire thing in flames, and it burned through the whole top of the trash can. And had they not been there, for sure, would have caught cars on fire, house on
my
fire, because we weren't
God.
even there when it happened.
You don't call retarded people retards. It's bad taste. You call your friends retards when they're acting retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a difference. All right. It's the Woody Show.
Maybe strike up a conversation with the person next to you who's also stuck in traffic.
Hey, how's it going?
We'll be right back.